Peace and blessings, family. It is yours truly, Bakri Jamboa. I am the founder of EY Pele Movement. EY Pele Movement is a ministry where we focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well-being. Hopefully, everybody week is going well. Ours certainly is. We don't have bad days. We just had some challenging things that happen throughout our day that we like to say around here. It's all about attitude. Attitude influences your mood, okay? All about mindset, okay? So today we're going to dive right into it, okay? Today we're going to be discussing finances on today, which is very near and dear to my heart. My wife and I, we both come from the inner city. We've been very blessed to gain certain information over the years that has positioned us for us to be in the position that we're in today. Okay, we are serial entrepreneurs. Okay, but those who do not know, okay, my wife and I, we're both in the real estate industry. We're both licensed life insurance advisors, and we run an e-commerce business together, which has yielded us six figures consistently. All praises be. We give thanks to beautiful people like yourself who shop with us. And so it's more than just an exchange for goods, okay, and currency and services for currency, okay? You actually are helping families, okay, to feed themselves and in some cases to provide jobs for others so that they can do the same. So we're grateful for those of you who do support us on our e-commerce site as well. All right, so we're going to dive into it. I'm getting ready to upload something real quick because I want to make sure I add this information for you so you can see it. So just give me a minute here so I could upload this real quick. It's something that I remembered that I needed to upload. And I said, man, I do not want them not to have this information because it's very important. Okay, so all right, I have it uploaded. So we're getting ready to go into this video clip here. It's just a little bit over a minute. I just want to prove to you that our ancestors did own our own businesses. Okay, it's very well known. It's one of the most known places in the United States of America that is utilized a lot in regards to this matter. And it's known as Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I just want to show you a clip because a lot of times we like to use other ethnic groups in regards to cooperative economics. And this is the reason why history is so important. Okay. In fact, bartering, which predates what we know today as Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, okay, we were doing that long before we came over here, bartering with one another, okay, trading. All right, that is something that is a historical fact that we've been doing that, you know. So sometimes we're speaking that way because we're not knowledgeable, and I'm not throwing any shots. Okay, I just want to clear up the air as it relates to that because remember, keep in mind, we had no choice during the time of Jim Crow other than to have our own because they would not allow us into their facilities in some cases. Okay. In some cases, of course, you know, they would separate us. We had to go upstairs in the movie theaters and then they went downstairs, or we had to sit all the way in the back. There was a rope that separated, you know, us from them in these public places. Okay. So it was still a separation, if you will, you know, congregated in the same place, but still separation, right? You know what I'm saying? So we had our own, and I'm getting ready to play this clip here.
Some African-American communities are prospering, like the residents of Greenwood, a suburb of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Here, former slaves were given land after the Civil War, and this rare footage shows the thriving town they built. A remarkable Baptist pastor named Solomon Sir Jones is the pioneering filmmaker. His footage was lost for more than 50 years. Jones captures the bustling life of Greenwood, which could be any American small town.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That's absolutely phenomenal. Look at that.
But
Ujamaa,
Texas whites
cooperative
don't like what they
economics.
see. In May 1921, after a black man is accused of assaulting a white woman, a white mob rampages through the city. For a night and a day, they loot and burn Greenwood. The Fox News crew captures the only surviving footage. It is the bloodiest racial massacre in American history, leaving nearly 300 dead.
Even in the midst of all that, we still bounced back. And we had people like Madam C.J. Walker. Okay, you had people like Booker T. Washington. Okay, that was well off. Okay, and in modern day time, you have people like Robert W. Smith. Okay, that paid off the whole HBCU. I believe it was at Morehouse College, if I'm not mistaken. Paid off all of their tuition with his wealth. And this is the reason why I'm bringing this up, because there's more to cooperative economics than us just exchanging services for goods. Okay, we're able to help one another. And see, cooperative economics is cooperation, right? So how can you participate in something when you don't have the resources in order for you to do it? All right, this is the reason why I'm on here. So my wife and I, we have been very blessed to learn these financial things. So make sure if you're an entrepreneur or you're an aspiring entrepreneur that you have a pen and a paper that's out. Okay, so you could take notes, because we're going to give you some jewels on today. All right, again, cooperative economics. One thing that is left out is information. Okay, it's the implementation of information that brings about transformation in our lives. Okay, I call it the triple E effect. Okay, you have education, you have execution of the education, and then when you execute the education, then there's eradication. Eradication meaning that we demolish generational lack and we start generational wealth. Okay, many of us, we look at the Europeans and we like to use them as a reference, or, the Ashkenazis, okay, which still falls under the Eurasian side of the house. Okay. And so we love to use them as a reference, right? But one thing you must understand is that it's education that matters, because we get caught up in the emotion of, oh, let's leave an inheritance for our family. And you should have that. A good man, a good woman does leave an inheritance for their family. Okay. But you must also understand that if the heir is not educated and disciplined financially, then there will be no wealth to transfer in the family. So it's more to it than just the educational piece. Okay, it's financial discipline. They must be good managers of their resources. If they're not good stewards, okay, then they will remain to be broke. And also, they would have spent up all of the wealth that you so diligently work towards to accumulate. So that would not happen continuously throughout the generation. So it is imperative that we use wisdom and that we select, okay, an heir that is in good standing, and not just saying, well, I'm going to leave it to them because they're a family member. No, it should be a family member, but it should only be a qualified family member. All right. So now, again, we're talking about cooperative economics. So we're talking about business here, which, unfortunately, a lot of people do not take out the time in order for them to learn. Okay. My wife and I, we've been in business since 2018. Okay. And we have started several businesses together. Okay. And which has economically empowered us. Okay. Not boasting or anything like that, but our net worth is well over $1 million. All right. And see, the reason why some people don't know certain things is because, unfortunately, within the African in America community, we have this idea, because of what has been portrayed to us in hip hop, that you're supposed to flaunt your wealth. Understand this very clearly. Wealth is not about showing off. It is about access, okay, to better health care, to better dental care, okay, to better living conditions. You understand? That's what it's about. And also helping one another. Okay. We've been very blessed to hire our own daughter and put her on payroll. See, that's economic power, to be able to put your fellow African family member on the payroll so they in turn can take care of their family as well. All right. Again, we're talking about cooperative economics. All right. So the information, when you apply the information, it will grant you access to cash flow. Okay. And the reason why a lot of mom and pop stores stay in that status is, unfortunately, that they do not have the financial education that I'm getting ready to share with you on today. So again, get out your pen and your paper. Okay, make sure that you share and invite. Okay, whether or not you are an inspiring entrepreneur or not. Okay, share it with somebody that you know that will benefit from this information, because we'll really get ready to dive in. Listen, my wife, she put in a lot of sweat equity to find this information. I put in some sweat equity to find out this information. It is one of the reasons why we got approved, okay, for our business loans. Okay, also, okay, we have faced situations we have gotten denied. Okay, I don't want to paint this perfect picture or everything just always goes our way. No, because there were some things that we did not know as well. This is why we're sharing it with you, so that you won't have to get denied. You understand? So that you can have all the information that you need in order for you to be qualified, for you to be able to get funded. One thing we have to understand is that just because it is an African-owned bank, all right, does not mean that they're just going to approve you on the premise of you being a fellow African. It doesn't work like that. You have to understand, this is a business. Okay, there's a nonprofit side of business and there's a for-profit side of business. So you have to understand, your credit stands for your credibility. You understand? So I'm not just going to extend you credit just because you look like me. If you call me up and say, hey, brother Bakri, and I don't know you, hey, do you want to get in on this real estate transaction? Man, it's going to yield us a great amount of money. Well, why would I do that? Because you're talking good. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? What reason do I have to believe what you're saying to me? In other words, where's your credibility? Where's your credibility at? We've never done any business. I don't even know you. We don't have no relationship, so I can't say whether I could trust you or not, right? So that's the reason why credit means so much, because your credit speaks for you whether or not you're going to be a person that the business wants to partner with to do a business transaction. Okay, so they're going to look at your payment, which is one of the biggest, okay, one of the biggest parts of your score is you paying your bills on time. Okay. Another big part that's looked at is your utilization. Another thing that's looked at is how frequently are you applying for credit? Okay, your inquiries. So they're looking at all of these things, which in turn affects your credit score. All right. And some people don't know, but this also reflects on your actual business credit as well. So we're going to get into business. Okay, what you need to do. All right. So starting your business, you want to do a business search for your business name. Okay, you want to make sure that nobody else has that name due to legality measures, such as being sued. Okay, so that's the reason why you want to make sure that your business name is not owned by somebody else, okay, within your state. Okay, I personally, because you have some ministries that have the same name and they're in different states and things of this nature. To be frank with you, I personally would want to stay away from a name that's similar. So you won't have to deal with all that, court cases and somebody suing you, about you using their name. Okay. So I personally would choose, it's just me now. I'm just saying people still do it, but I personally would want to stay away from it. Okay. Period. All right. So after you do your business name search, you go, how you find it, you go to the Secretary of State. All right, so check the banner right there. I have all this information that I'm talking about right there at the bottom of the screen. You should see the banner. Okay, so you go to the Secretary of State. Okay, then after you find out your name is available, after that, you go to the IRS website. Now, why is this important? Because you're going to have a plethora of businesses that's out there that has paid services for them to help you with this information. Listen, I saved a friend a total of $500. Okay. It is free for you to get an EIN number. Okay. So you want to go to the IRS website, okay, for you to be able to get your employer identification number. This is those who want to start a business. All right. Thereafter, what you'll do is you'll go to Dun & Bradstreet. That name is right there. Again, look at the actual banner that's there. Okay, you'll see all the content that I'm sharing with you. So if I'm moving too fast, it's okay. The only thing you got to do is just look at that banner and you'll be able to write it down. All right, so you go to Dun & Bradstreet, you get your Dun & Bradstreet number. Okay, you need that for business credit. Your business credit to you, to your business rather, is what your personal credit is to you. Okay. So again, your business credit to your business is like what your personal credit is to you. Okay. It gives you credibility to be able to get loans. It gives you the power to get loans. Okay. Why is this important? Because I'm telling you, when we started, all right, without the business loans that we had got in the business credit, it would have totally, completely exhausted our resources. Okay. And in fact, it did start doing that because we didn't have the working capital that we needed. And we tapped into our own personal resources and it was hurting us. You understand? So we like, oh, wait a minute, man. Listen, constantly use your personal credit. Okay, which is affecting your utilization, which is making your score go down. So then when you go to get personal business credit, rather, now you won't be able to get the business credit because of your personal credit, because they look at your personal credit. All right, when you're dealing with banks, let me be clear. When you're dealing with banks, you understand, and certain vendors still do look at your personal credit. Okay, to see whether or not you're going to pay them back on time. Okay, because these net 30 accounts, which I'm getting ready to roll into here in a minute. Okay, net 30, that number just simply means how much time you have to pay them back. Okay, so upon invoice, say for instance, you have a net 30 account. Okay, that means you have 30 days. Okay, they have net 30, 60, and even some businesses have 90 days. Okay, you want to use these businesses so that way you want to exhaust your personal funds. Okay, and that way you can grow your business. All right, now if you know your business is making money, okay, then you know you're going to be able to pay that back because you got 30 days to get up that money. So, you know, if you get like $100, you know, stay within your budget. Don't go over your budget, just stay within your budget. Okay, we're going to do $200. Okay, and you stay within your budget. Okay, it's about, remember this, it's about reporting it, reporting, and it's about paying your business credit back on time so you can start building business credit. Because with some um with some vendors, okay, they have a time frame that you need to have in business in order for you to even qualify to get business credit. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay, so now let's get to this Duns and Bradstreet number, because you got to have your Duns and Bradstreet number in order for you to have business credit. Okay, so in order for you to apply, okay, you have to have your Dun and Bradstreet number. Okay, and this is how you get your paid X score. All right, so your paid X score, again, is like what your personal credit score is to you as a person. Your paid X score is your business credit score. It's your credit score for your business. All right. So now what you need to do is, after you get that established, you need to go to nav.com. Okay, nav.com. And at nav.com, that's a site where you go to in order for you to be able to keep up with your business credit, as well as NAV actually reports, okay, your business credit to the credit bureaus. Okay, for instance, Equifax and Experian. Okay, we have, okay, our business credit account set up. Okay, this is why we're able to tell you this. We're not just teaching this to you, not doing it. We actually do it ourselves. Okay, and so it's important because, believe it or not, just like your personal credit, how you can have things on your credit report that are derogatory that you didn't even do. Okay, that has literally happened to us. Okay, we had a business that was supposed to be reporting, and this is the reason why you want credit monitoring service for you personally, and you want credit monitoring service for your business as well. So you can find these discrepancies and fix these discrepancies, because we were wondering why we was having an issue getting business credit, and we found out that we had some black eyes, if you will, okay, some derogatory content on our credit report, and we had to refute it. Okay, and fortunately it got removed, and our credit score shot up about 20 something points, which made a big difference. Okay, a big difference. So again, you want to go with nav.com. Also, you can set up a credit profile, okay, for personal, okay, and business with Experian, Equifax, and what's not on here for your personal is also TransUnion. Okay, you know, now if you get Experian, that one account, just like Equifax, will show you in the app or online, okay, all three credit bureaus, how your credit score is going. Also, the beautiful thing is they send you notifications letting you know what's going on. So when your score goes up, you get a notification. If it goes down, you get a notification. Okay, if your credit is being used, okay, without your permission, you get a notification. Now, listen, this is what we highly recommend. When you're not using your credit, you know you're not trying to do any business transactions, freeze your credit. Freeze it. You have a feature with all three credit bureaus, okay? And you can get, by the way, you can actually get it set up, this account set up for free. Now, far as the reporting, being able to get a report monthly, okay, you have to pay for that service. Okay, now you would get a free one. I think it is like annually. You get a free one annually from them. Okay, but I'm telling you, it is worth it. Okay, it's a small price to pay to be able to live big. okay, is a small price to pay to live big, to live the lifestyle that you want to live. Now, another reason why a lot of us we get denied too is because we don't have the proper credentialing. And that's the reason why I went through that process. Okay, because a lot of us don't understand that just because you have a business name does not consider you to be a legal entity. Okay, you have to be registered with the state. And what is produced at the state website, depending on what state that you're with, okay, depending on what state you're with, like here in Tennessee, you get your articles of organization, okay, printed out. Okay, now the separate documentation is called your operation agreement that you need for your business. Now, these pieces of paper, okay, these documents are very critical to doing business with the bank, okay, to set up your business account. Okay, if you want any type of funding, if you don't want to get denied real quick, then it is imperative that you have your articles or organization, you know, and your operation agreement, and you have a business account, because they want to see whether or not you can pay them back. They're actually going to look at the transactions in your bank account when you're doing business with a bank. Okay, now that's the level you want to get to. Okay, now if you want to go beyond these net 30 accounts that I mentioned here, like for instance, right here, I have net 30 accounts for those of you who are fairly new entrepreneurs, or for those who've been in entrepreneurship for a while, you didn't know this. All right, check this out. Go right here. All right, you have to fix your personal credit, because that can stop you too. Okay. We already talked about using your business credit, so you won't exhaust your personal funds. Okay, these net 30 accounts, they're looking for the net 30 accounts. So from our experience, okay, when you go to these sites, okay, these sites will literally tell you, and I have a site right here for you called planning.com. Okay, it gives you a plethora of vendors that will give you the net 30 accounts. All right, now let me be clear about giving you, all right, because you do got to get approved. Okay. Also, some of these vendors, you have to actually pay for these paid services. Okay, for instance, let me run down. Let me give you an example of some of the things they'll tell you. They actually tell you the requirements, okay, that's required. And let me put this up for you real quick so you could take a look at it. And this is what you're actually going to see when you go there. I'm put this up on the screen for you real quick. All right, let me move this banner out of the way so you can see it. All right. Now, that's the list that I was telling all of you guys about. All right. You want to get with a vendor that reports to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. Okay. Again, Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. Okay. So on the website I just gave you, on that list, it'll literally tell you the actual vendors that do that. All right. So you don't have to fret, because again, like I said, it's right there in the banner for you. Right there, planning.com. Okay, planning.com. And on planning.com, it'll give you a list of vendors that report to Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. Okay, that's important, because what happened to us, right, when we first started many years ago, like we had a network business at one time, and it's like in 2017. And I had a 2018 Trailblazer, and it broke down on me. I literally drove that car to the woods. Listen, man, my wife and I, we held on to our vehicles until they about died. You understand? We did not want no car note. You understand? So What happened was the vehicle broke down, and then, you know, we went to the car dealership. And so, you know, we was like, yeah, we want to use our business credit. So, you know, we gave him our Duns and Bradstreet number. Okay. And oh, let me fix this address real quick. This website for y'all. It's actually planning.net, not .com. My fault, family. My fault. I don't want to mislead you here. So I want to fix it like right now. So nobody will go there like, that's not it. Because I know how people are, hey, he passing. And then I go viral just over missing the .net instead of .com. Well, I tell you, haters do some foolishness, man. They do some foolishness. So it's planning.net, family, not .com. It's planning.net. Thank my queen for making that correction. See, you know, that's 2 is better than 1. 2 is better than 1 when that other one is good. Well, it don't matter if they there and they not a good spouse. I tell you that. You better all by yourself. But nevertheless, though, on the site, like right now, I'm looking at one of the vendors, all right, and it's telling me the requirements, and it's telling you how it actually works. So it says activation fee is $59. It says one-time payment. It says minimum purchase is $80. Credit line, it tells you how much you can get up to, $700 up to $2,000. Now, family, let me tell you, this website is phenomenal because we have actually expanded our trade lines as well. Because when you're dealing with getting credit with certain vendors, okay, and even certain banks, they have requirements, okay, and with NAV tells you what you need to do to ensure you that you won't get denied business credit. Okay, so they'll tell you you need 5 business credit trade lines. You see what I'm saying? You need 10 business credit trade lines. That's the importance of registering with NAV, because they will give you a business blueprint and give you a business diagnosis and tell you what you need to do to line yourself up in order for you to qualify, as well as Equifax on the personal side. I love Equifax. I mean, I love Experian. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives you these recommendations and telling you what you need to do. It literally tells you if you pay off this, if you pay down this, if you put this much towards this, then you could pay it off by this time. It literally gives you a personal credit checkup with these various credit bureaus when you have an account with them. It's phenomenal. I love it. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, then it tells you the requirements is the EIN. It says 30 days in business. Now, this particular vendor that I'm looking at here, it says 30 days in business. Now, listen, it also tells you who they report to. Again, that's important because you want to make sure that they're reporting to these major credit bureaus like Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. Okay. And it tells you how frequently they report as well. Like this one says, Credit Safe Weekly and Equifax Weekly. So it's literally telling you which credit bureaus they report to and how frequently they report to these credit bureaus. Okay. All right. Now, also on this banner, what I provided for some of you is where you can go in order for you to be able to get business credit, okay, to get you some business credit set up. All right, so you go to Home Depot. Now, these ones I'm presenting to you, as I aforementioned, reports to Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian, okay? So I'm just providing you 2. The rest of it, you got to do your own homework, family. Now, we already provided it for you, all right? We're going to bring the food to the table, but you got to feed yourself. You understand? All right. So you also have Capital One Spark Classic. Okay. So those 2 right there will provide you all 3 credit bureaus. And then when you go to planning.net, it'll give you a more of extensive list. All right. For you to be able to do that. Now, why is this important? Because so many of us when we're talking about building wealth in the community, we say, oh, we need, but a lot of us don't know how to do it. That's the reason why we're doing this program on today. Okay. My wife and I, we have financial goals. We have business meetings like all the time. Okay, like seriously, we really do. And we're always talking about how the businesses are going, what the status is. Okay, where are we at economically with the businesses? Okay, what's our next move? You understand? And we set goals, and we're monitoring those goals. And we find out, for instance, like for our business, we found out how much money we need to make monthly in order for us to start making $1 million a year. So we looked at how much we need to make every month, times that by 12. Okay, then we found out, okay, this is how much sales we got to make every month that equals out to this specific dollar amount in order for us to make $1 million annually. You understand? You know, so for those who are looking to be entrepreneurs, you have to be a person that has a plan. Okay, you have to make sure, because that plan will guide you. In other words, without a goal, you have nothing to work towards. So you just be carelessly about it. You know, you'll just be drifting. You understand? But when you have a goal, now you have a focus. You have something to keep you on track, that'll motivate you, that'll push you. You know what I'm saying? That'll keep you on task, right? That's what you want to do. You understand? You know, so family, I thank you so much for tuning in on this evening. You know, I just wanted to share these jewels with you on today because, you know, again, man, in order for us to be able to build wealth in the community, okay, it takes information. And not only that, okay, it takes access. You understand? So for those of you who are looking for somebody that can help you to prepare your taxes, okay, look for a tax specialist. You need that in business. Why is that important? Because it could save you a lot of money. You may need to be an S Corp, you know, instead of an LLC. You understand? You may need to be a corporation instead of being an LLC. You understand? So it's important for tax purposes as well as money. Okay? Because it'll save you a lot of money when you're in the right tax vehicle. Okay. And this is the reason why a lot of times we say, you know, just start business. But the reason why I'm doing this is because we have to understand the intricate parts about business in our community, because a lot of outsiders, in other words, a lot of people that are not employed, self-employed, do a lot of talking in our community. Okay. And we love to try to tell people what they need to do with their resources. All right. Thank you, Iya. Appreciate you, yeah. Thank you. So a lot of times, us as entrepreneurs, we get a lot of flack from our community because a lot of us don't really know how business actually works. Listen, okay, when we make a profit, that's after your expenses. I need you, for those you don't understand how business works, I need you to understand, we need you as entrepreneurs, we need you to understand this. Okay? When we make money, it costs us to run a business, especially in the e-commerce space like my wife and I. Okay? We have to replenish our products. Okay? These expendable items that we have, items we use up a lot, we got to replenish that. Ink cartridges, okay, boxes, bubble mailers, stickers, labels, all this stuff. You understand? When they get used up, the business has to pay for these things. And then on top of that, remember, this is how we make it, because we're full-time entrepreneurs. So we live off of our businesses. So it's very frustrating to us when you come to us and keep asking us for discounts. Okay? Because this is how we pay our bills. This is how we live our lifestyle, family. This is how we pay our car notes, our car insurance, how we buy our food, how we pay for our mortgages and our rent. You understand how we take care of our hygiene products and pay for our medical bills and dental bills, and you understand? Because we pay ourselves, you understand? You know, so sometimes y'all, they got this much money, they're making this much money. And some of you guys don't understand. When you got employees, you got to pay the employees, you have to pay yourself. Okay. Then you got to take care of your personal expenses, and the business has expenses, meaning that there's things that you have to pay for to keep your business running. Okay. Some people have hard stand buildings. We have an at-home business. Some people have their own facility. You know what they're paying? Mortgage on their own house, mortgage on that building, or they're paying rent on their own house, rent on that building. And some of you got to understand that. Some of you be counting money in our pockets and be trying to tell us, oh, they need to do this. Remember, we have immediate family that we have to take care of, family. And some of you don't know how many people that we're taking care of. And some of you don't understand that some of us are making donations. Okay? And it's not your business everybody who we're donating to. Because some of you like to go there. Some of you act like as if though we got to report to you and I'm at the bust a Bobby Brown on you. It's our prerogative. We made this money, you didn't. Okay? So if we gave away everything we have, then common sense, right? We wouldn't have anything. So we got to settle this thing here, man, because it happens a lot in our community. Okay, so you got to understand how business works, and then when you understand how it works, then you want to talk so much. So know the whole matter before you come to a conclusion, please. Okay, and stop with the judgment and criticism when you don't know the whole story. Even about wealthy people. Oh, if they just, they making all this money and they don't do this and they don't do that. How you know? And see, that's the problem. Why do somebody got to get on social media and show you every move that they're making? You understand? And our people are too programmed because we don't recognize we're programmed to think that. Why? Because you got the hip hop artists on there with these money phone books, and you got them out there throwing money all over the place. So we think, and we don't even notice unbeknownst to us, that we're judging a person by not doing that. We judge a person's status by whether or not they do that or not, because we unfortunately are so used to people flaunting their wealth. And this is the reason why a lot of us don't have anything. And I'm saying this because you have a lot of NBA players that end up going broke. NFL players end up going broke. Major league players end up going broke. Why? Because we don't have good financial management skills. We don't have the education. And this is the reason why we're doing this program, because we're building wealth for our family. So it's not about, well, we got ours. Oh, forget everybody else. Listen, if you say you want it, then here's what you need to do, beloved. Just like all this information we just shared with you, we studied, we researched, we have books, we listen to videos, audios, and we apply it. And here we are today. You understand? So here's what we need to do. Stop getting mad with the person that's being progressive when you're not doing anything. Okay? If you don't sow any seed, how can you expect a harvest? And I say this to you out of love. Seriously, I'm very serious about this, because so many people get mad at the successful people because they're not coming to help you, but you don't deserve help. You know why? Because you're not doing nothing. You're not investing your time in order for you to learn how to create and transfer wealth. You're not doing that. So you don't deserve help. You know why? Because you're not doing nothing. You reap what you sow. So you're getting exactly what you deserve. if you're not doing anything to get yourself out of that situation, then you deserve to stay in that situation. That's just a universal principle. You reap what you sow. So if you want to be prosperous, then you have to sow seeds of prosperity in your life in order for you to walk in abundance. So it's not enough to hear it. You have to execute what you've learned. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's not. It's going to, if your credit is messed up, it's going to take you time. Just like it took you time to mess it up, it's going to take you time to fix it. And this is how you leverage your credit to put you in a position for you and your family to have a better home, to have a better vehicle, okay, to have access to resources so you could go on family vacations because you swipe your credit card. Swipe it. Use it wisely. Be careful about your utilization now because your points will go down on your credit score. You understand? But now if you do that, you're going to have to pay it off before the statement date. You're going to have to pay it off for this before we report. You got to do that by the good week or so, good 5 to 7 days out. Okay. And it's up to you to call the credit company and find, okay, when do they report? You see what I'm saying? So you can find out when if you have the cash to do that, to pay it off. So you know it won't report on your credit score, even if you did max it out. That's the secret to that. If you maxed out, you just got to take care of it before it report. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do that. So a lot of times people hear people living off of their credit cards, but see, these people that are wealthy, they understand that. They have access to this information. And not only that, they have hefty credit. Think about this now. If your bills is only $3,000, $4,000 a month, and you got a $20,000 credit card, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 credit card, that's barely even putting a dent in your credit. So they can do that. They can live off their credit card. And especially if you know, okay, my bills is $3,000. I'm already going to have $3,000. I make $7,000 to $8,000, $9,000 a month. I can afford to pay that back. You understand? You know, so we have to be educated about these things. And we just wanted to come on here and invest in all of you because we love all of you. We want all of you to prosper. Okay. Remember the triple E effect. Remember this now: education, execution, and eradication. You learn, you apply. That's where the execution come in at. And then you earn. Okay. The eradication, because now it eliminates poverty. Okay. So thank you all so much for tuning in, okay, to this wonderful program here. Hopefully it was a blessing to you. If it was, again, please share it with somebody else. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell for us, okay, so you can know when we're going live and sharing powerful content. Okay, you're going to get more financial videos from us because I'm also going to share with you how I retired at the age of 39 years old, okay? This is the reason why it's okay for you to be employed as well. That's why I don't knock employed people, because I was employed, okay? And I have a retirement pension, okay? I'm a retired veteran. You understand? Some people been grandfathered in, you know, and I leverage that, you know, to be able for me to enable me rather to live the lifestyle that I'm living on today, okay? As well as we're going to talk about how my wife was able to come off of her job, okay, and to go into being a full-time entrepreneur because of investing. All right, so stand by for that powerful session. Okay, we're going to share with you how I was able to retire at 39 years old and how my wife was able, okay, to transition from her job, being employed, to being self-employed by investing. Okay, so we love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a blessed rest of your evening, day, whatever time it is where you are watching this video. Okay. And may the rest of your week or your weekend be the same. Peace.